It was the year 447, and humanity found itself embroiled in a fierce war against the demons, on the brink of extinction. However, they had hope of winning thanks to the help of the 6 legendary heroes. Using their extraordinary powers, the heroes managed to defeat the 6 fearsome Dark Lords, leaving just one alive. This last surviving demon was our main protagonist. His companions warned him that the human army was approaching quickly, after overcoming all defenses. If they stayed in the fortress, it would be their end. The best thing was to escape before the humans ended their lives. One of them even possessed the power to resurrect the dead, something he could not allow. They must keep fighting. At that moment, one of his most loyal companions stopped him and reminded him of the promise he had made to the goddess of rebellion when he was just a human. It was true. If he died now, he could not fulfill it. So he decided to accept defeat, at least for now. As the fortress was falling apart, he decided to seal himself deep inside to survive. He would let them win just this once, but he promised to come back in 1,000 years to conquer humanity and keep his promise to the goddess. 1,000 years have passed since the Great War. Now we see 2 girls, Rosalia and Regina, exploring the ruins of the old demon fortress. Their mission is to find information about the weird creatures that are invading humanity again. Suddenly they hear a loud crash as a huge statue crumbles near them. There's gotta be a royal tomb around here somewhere. The old king of the dead must be super lonely. They keep going and come across a massive door. The ancient demon king's got to be locked up behind it. The door looks too tough to smash down. Rosalia notices some writing on it. She takes pictures and sees it's in some old elven language or maybe some magic spell. The blonde girl figures it'll take them forever to open that thing, so she decides to go check out the area. Rosalia agrees. When she touches the door, it suddenly reacts and opens up. Rosalia quickly whips out her gun just in case. She keeps going and sees a huge purple crystal. This could be a clue as her magic meter goes nuts. She can't believe this is happening. When she turns back to the crystal, she notices something different. She hears someone inside asking for help. She's got to do something. In a flashback, we see the Demon King talking with the goddess of rebellion, the one he made the promise to. The demon tells the woman that he has finally found her. She responds by telling him that 1,000 years have passed. He then explains that he was powerless against the 6 heroes as they were already lost. This is why he sealed his body to fulfill his promise. He's glad she remembered him. Then she walked forward. He didn't understand why she was leaving, but the goddess told him he would find her someday. Upon encountering the woman's attack, the guy was perplexed. He had secured the ruins with a magic wall, or perhaps the woman was a thief. At least it seems his ritual was a total success. Rosalia keeps shooting. He just watches and wonders how they dare invade the tomb where the Demon King rests. So he activates his power to shatter the crystal, blasting the girl backward. He wants to see her face and realizes she's a beautiful girl. He stays staring at her for a bit, but remembers he should punish the thieves. Except she asks what a kid is doing in this place. That's when he realizes what she says is true. He has the appearance of a child. Something went wrong with his reincarnation ritual. Now he has this look. She asks him what happened to him, and why was he locked up in a place like this? He wanted to answer her, but got too nervous seeing her. His memory is fuzzy, but he's glad she's okay. His new sister will protect him. He wonders what she's doing. He doesn't have the strength to break free, though he feels comfortable. Then the girl offers him some food. He doesn't mention he lost his body quite some time ago. It's not what he expected, and he could faint from hunger. Not the best for a demon king, though he has to admit this girl is his savior for rescuing him. She gives him some water. She's happy he's all right. They run into each other. The girl starts off mentioning she's studying at this posh place called the Academy of Holy Swords. Most people just call it 7 Assault Garden. She's hanging with the 18th Cavalry Platoon crew, and she's around 15. She gives him this look like, who's this kid? He catches on to her name and age, but the rest? Totally over his head. She's probably thinking Leo, that's his name by the way, is some lost kid wandering around. Leo, being the sly guy he is, decides to play along, thinking he might scoop up some info about this mysterious world. When she gets curious and asks about his age, he throws out 10, hoping she won't connect him to his Demon King past. But she's not entirely convinced. She's probably wondering if demons dragged him into this. Then she drops some knowledge about these voids, hinting they're from another dimension and definitely not Team Humanity. Not much is known about these voids, but they wanted to investigate since these things tend to appear in ancient ruins. Looking for some context, Leo asks, "Hey, what year is it in your mystical calendar?" He recalls the Demon King's last hideout fell 1,000 years back, so he's guessing it's around 1447. But Roselia looks puzzled. She says, "We're in year 54, just the regular human calendar," and that throws him off. Out of nowhere, there's this ear-splitting noise. Regina shouts, "Massive creature incoming!" Rocks start tumbling down, and Roselia acts quick, shielding Leo. He's thinking, what on earth? As the monster's growls get louder, Roselia's ready, magic gun in hand. Leo is determined to protect his servant's resting place and show those monsters what's what. But in a funny twist, he ends up tripping over his own cape. Roselia checks in. "You all right there?" While Regina rushes over, curious about who this new kid is. Leo quickly tells her that these abandoned ruins used to be his old stomping grounds, but promises to spill the beans later. They've got a void to tackle now. Regina knows her gun isn't cutting it, so she powers up her sacred sword, which looks epic, like a cannon. Roselia's impressed, telling Regina she totally nailed it. Leonis can't help but notice that Roselia's power feels like 4th level magic. He had no clue she was packing that much heat. Regina's like, "Hey, maybe you should step back and let me handle this." Roselia's reluctant but agrees, vowing to have their backs. Grabbing Leo's hand, she helps him retreat. All the while, he's thinking this isn't the kind of welcome he'd imagined. His reincarnation trick backfired, and here he is, stuck as a kid again. His dreams of getting his kingdom back feel miles away, and as if things weren't complicated enough, his tomb's under attack by these void creeps. He's itching to take them down, but first he's got to figure out what's up with this world. Roselia's like, "Let's head up." But just as they're making a move, this wild void crashes the party, breaking some crystal thingy. Leo squints and thinks, "Do I know this dude?" Even though it's looking kinda different now. Roselia's all, "Buddy, you better bounce." But Leo? Nah, he's thinking payback. He didn't want to flex his powers just yet. But hey, sometimes you gotta roll with the punches. Those voids are so gonna regret trashing the Demon King's hangout. Just as he's about to make his move, Roselia spots some bad mojo coming their way. She's super quick, pushing Leo to the side, but ouch, she takes the hit. Leo is like, "What the heck?" She's bleeding out, and with her last strength, she's all, "Run, dude, find Regina and get out of here." And man, it's heartbreaking, she's gone. Leo is left there, kinda stunned. He's thinking, why'd she jump in? That wouldn't have touched me. Memories flood in. Some old voice saying being a hero's just... Now those voids are circling, but they can't lay a finger on him thanks to his magic. He's here for answers, and these punks just made a mess of things. With his magic stick thing, he smashes one using some crazy gravity spell. Another one gets a face full of crystal. And the last dude tries to run, but boom, roasted with some top-tier fire magic. He realizes that the bones didn't burn. His body is limiting his magic to less than 1/3 of his total power. He knows that as a demon king, he shouldn't care about a human life, but he respects Roselia's bravery in risking herself to save him. To honor her, he will heal her, even though he can't use holy magic or have basic healing spells. Suddenly, Roselia awakens and sees a mark on her leg. Her blood is returning, and she grows fangs. Leo knows this will have side effects. He hopes she won't be angry when she learns the truth. The mark disappears, and Roselia falls unconscious again. Meanwhile, Regina finishes off the remaining void. Leo alerts her that it's safe now, but she doesn't respond. He assumes they communicate through some magical artifact. Human technology has advanced a lot. Roselia wakes up and hugs him, grateful that he protected her after all. What happened? That wound should have been fatal. He explains that it wasn't actually that deep, and he just used healing magic. Roselia is confused. What magic? It seems that in this world they don't know about magic. How do they use these advanced magical weapons then? She supposes they wield the weapons without understanding the magic behind them. Roselia asks if he's referring to the power of the sacred swords. Leo nods. She explains that these are powers humanity uses to fight against the voids. 64 years ago, when they were on the brink of extinction, a child with mysterious powers appeared, capable of generating fire and wind. He had been blessed to fight against the voids. Over time, many took the form of weapons called sacred swords. It's a very different system from their magic, so Leo decided to conceal his powers for now. Regina arrives running, worried because Roselia wasn't responding. She asks where the void is. Is it true? Does Leo know anything? He says he was scared and trembling, and before he knew it, the void was gone. They decide to believe him. Voids are often unpredictable. Later, they leave the ruins. Regina asks what they'll do with the boy. Roselia says they'll take him with them. Leo agrees and climbs aboard. Regina introduces herself as Roselia's servant. Leo nods and stares at her, to which Regina comments that he's a mischievous child. Roselia says he must be confused. She asks Leo to hold on tight. They'll have a cramped ride to the city. Regina tells him to enjoy it. He'll be close to her lady for a while. Roselia asks her to stop with the jokes or she'll damage the boy's mind. Regina apologizes for going too far. Leo clarifies that he doesn't remember much of what happened. Regina wonders if he's telling the truth. Maybe he'll remember with a shock. Roselia tells her not to continue, or she'll turn him into a pervert, but Regina insists that he already is one. She can't believe they've turned him like this. Suddenly, Leo observes a giant city.